Hi, I'm Father Daniel Bowen, Vocation Director with the Order of the Blessed Virgin Mary of Mercy, or the Mercedarian Friars here in the USA. And again, I often, as I'm traveling around, get asked many questions, and so I thought that I would answer one of those questions. Now, to answer this question is going to require a prop. So the question I often get asked is, what's the deal with the hat? Well, first off, this hat is known as a Saturno, and it's something that I wear often, most often when I'm outdoors. Main reason, of course, is just to keep the sun off of this noggin, man. You know, the hair isn't staying on like it used to. I've got my natural tonsure, and so this is really the perfect thing to keep that sun off of my head and the sun out of my eyes. But actually, the tradition of wearing the Saturno goes back, I don't know how many hundreds of years, but I know that in recent times, this was a hat that would be worn by the clerical students in our Roman province and the Italian province before that. And so this was worn, and it was subscribed to be worn by the friars up until, I would say, probably the late 1960s. And then at that point, the requirement of wearing this hat was no longer in place. And I can remember one friar telling me, sharing with me, one of our older friars who had seen me wearing the hat, and he said, well, you know, let me tell you about the hat. He said, when I got on the ship, I got done with the seminary, I got on the ship heading back to the U.S., you know, I took that hat right off, and I just threw it out into the ocean. So anyway, the Saturno. Take it or leave it. Now for us here, nowadays, optional. You know, if you want to wear, wonderful. If you don't, wonderful. It's entirely up to you. Now myself personally, I've always kind of been a hat guy, like to wear hats, you know, and so I'm happy to wear my Saturno happily and proudly. And also, it also has been helpful for me in several other kind of ways. You know, I wear a white habit, and for people that aren't familiar with Catholicism and that, sometimes people will say, are you with the KKK? I've actually been asked that, if you can believe it or not. But I'll tell you what, when I wear this hat, I've never had that problem ever. Most people see this and they think, padre, padre. They think they know that you are a priest or something different. And certainly, you're not going to see any KK people, as far as I know, wearing a hat like this. So that also is another thing with the hat. So there it is, the Saturno. And again, something that you may see some of the priests and clerics wearing in the Order of the Blessed Virgin Mary of Mercy.